But before I do get into the actual set, I do first want to address the tragic events that occurred, just to address them, acknowledge them, whatever. There's obviously nothing funny about it. The terrorist bombings were awful, and the terrorist bombings that took place at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics were awful. The loss of life was staggering, and they were terrible, but I believe you have to find a silver lining in everything. And as awful as they were, I do think that the 2024 U.S. Paralympic team should have a very strong showing. Too soon? Too soon? It's too soon. So I was on the internet the other day, just sticking around, whatever, and I saw this story that said AIDS was started by a monkey. And I hope it wasn't Michael Nesmith, because he's really the most talented one. He wrote all the songs. When we think fondly of the Monkees catalog, it's... Too late. First joke was too soon. Second one was too late. Right. So I think I speak for everyone in this room here tonight when I say that I recently had a baby. And no, and you're right not to applaud. You are right not to applaud. I'm not being facetious. It's I don't know why people applaud that. And it happens roughly half of the shows, people applaud. And it always bothered me, even before I had a kid, that just, so I had a kid, yay! I haven't done anything applause-worthy yet, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I barely had anything to do with it in the first place. My wife had an affair. I mean, look, come back and find me in 18 years, and if I've produced a decent, kind, ethical, moral, charitable, contributing member to society, then I will gladly accept your applause. But, it's a little early to tell, is what I mean, she could turn out to be a cunt, She could. It happens all the time. Fucking happens all the time, and you know it. Well-intended, well-meaning parents do the right thing, and yet they raise asshole fucking children. Their children are fucking shitty pieces of shitty asshole shit. And it happens, it happens. And I mean, obviously my wife and I are, we're not going to intentionally raise a TSA agent, but, we could put in all the work and she still ends up being like kind of half Ann Coulter, half girl who killed her friend because of Slender Man. You don't know. You don't know. You can throw as many future feminist onesies on an infant, doesn't mean shit. She doesn't know what it means. It doesn't work through osmosis, When I was growing up, my dad had a coffee mug that said, "World's Greatest Dad" on it. And he was a lying asshole piece of shit. He was a piece of shit. So what I'm saying is those onesies and mugs will just fly straight to your face. They don't care. I blame the Chinese, really. But, I am a first-time father, a long-time listener, and just to allay any fears, I'm not going to do an hour of dad jokes, all right? I'm not just, sometimes people, yes, exactly. You can feel the tension in the room right about that point where they're like, wait, he's not going to talk about having a kid for an hour, is he? And I'm not going to do that to you. One, it's boring, and two, it would make me quite a hypocrite, based on a lot of the material I've done in the past. So But it has been my world for the last year. I mean, it's a wholly unique experience to me. So of course I've made some observations and thought of some funny things, and I'll share those, and hopefully you won't have to have had a kid to get them and appreciate the jokes. And I'm certainly not gonna tell you, how amazing she is or anything like that. But she is precocious, I will say that. She is precocious. She's 54 weeks old. But if you see her, you'd be like, well, what is she, 62 weeks old? You're like, no, she's actually, I know, thank you, though, thank you, no, I know, she's very mature for her age. She carries herself with or I carry her, but, she exudes the kind of maturity you don't often associate with 54 weeks. But, it is a fascinating thing to be a part of, to watch the evolution of this thing, because when they're born, there's nothing, there's no communication, it's nothing, it's a blob, it's not, but then, over time, it starts to evolve. It starts to become a person, and personality traits start to exhibit themselves, and it's really fascinating. And I'm really looking forward to that big shift, that happens, that big change where you finally start to love them. And that's well, hurry up with that part, please. When is it going to be worth it in any way, shape, or form? Please. But I am excited to meet her. I think that's going to be cool. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be cool. I'm doing that thing. It's a very Brooklyn thing where you don't meet your kid for the first 7 years, You keep them pure, you keep them away. So she's in a yurt in a bubble underwater, and we'll be there for 7 years. And then this way, I can't taint her with any of my straight, white, hetero, cis, normative maleness things. And I've also decided that I'm not going to teach her to use pronouns when referring to people. Yes, no he's or she's, but everybody will be they, And not necessarily so that she'll be progressive about sexual and gender identity, but so that she'll fail English. So. Oh, she said her first word the other day. That's pretty cool. That's a milestone that, you can't help but be proud of. She said Pyongyang, which is pretty cool, up on current events. No, she doesn't talk, but she does that kind of monosyllabic noises, a lot of just sort of like pa, pa, ta, ta, ka, cha, sha, pa, ka, ka, that kind of thing, which is really kind of cute and endearing most of the time, but really quite the opposite early in the morning when she first wakes up and it's like 6:30 in the morning and I'm completely out of it and I got to change her diaper and then I got to go downstairs and get the mug out of the thing and fill it with water and put it in the microwave and get the thing, because I'm holding her with my left arm and her mouth is right here. It's literally right here. Her mouth is right here, and I'm doing all this stuff and getting the milk ready and getting my dog's medicines and food together and doing all this stuff, and it's dark and it's again I'm just groggy and out of it, and and I'm doing this by myself. I'm there by myself because my wife is often LA or San Francisco or Chicago or somewhere smashing the patriarchy, and then the irony is not lost on me. It's not lost on what is currently taking place. And anyway, so I'm getting all that stuff together, and as I said, it's dark, and the whole time I'm doing that, she's sitting there in my ear just going, pa, pa, ta, cha, 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 sa, sa, sa. And it's like I've got my own personalized 80s horror movie soundtrack playing. Like, stop it. Don't do that. You're creeping me out. Stop it. I'm serious. I've got to put her down. I can't put her on the floor. So, I undo the oven door and set her on that. And it's fine.